guys, how's it going? Let's see, I'm missing some things here. I had to reboot real quick, so give me just 1 second. My game list went away here. How y'all doing today? Okay. Okay, that's better. Still waiting on the games list here. Camera's a little bit off here. That's a little better, I guess. Okay, now we're rocking. Okay. Welcome, guys. So we're doing Atari 8-bit this week. And yeah, so we should have a good list of games for you guys today. So let's get this going. Let me turn that down. And okay, so first up we have Pengo. So Pengo is a arcade conversion. Yeah. Fast forward to the beeps. And it's actually a pretty good one. Oops. So the idea is you're trying to smoosh these guys. I will admit that I'm not the best at this game. So, somebody told me, I think it was Kobu, said that that the music on here is unique in that it's different, than any other platform, which is kind of cool. Not sure why they decided to change it, but no worries. Okay. Let's see if we can get him. There we go. Boom. Smoosh. There we go. And more will spawn, I believe. Or it'll just go to the next level. Okay, next level. Cool. Round 2. Smoosh. Haven't figured out what the bad guys actually are. They look kind of like, they kind of remind me of, actually, I don't know. They look like, kind of like they have football helmets or something. I mean, you're obviously a penguin. Nope. Dang it. Smoosh it. Nope. All right. Come on. Ah. This is not going well. Ah. Got surrounded. Oh, I thought I was dead. That's funny. All right. Get up there. Yes. Nice. Yep. Nope. Trying to anticipate them coming in there. Nice. Oh, there we go. Come on up here. Come on. No. That's not what I wanted you to do. Smoosh. Let's see. All right, what are you guys doing here? I'll go ahead and take care of that. Oh, he starts going faster. Okay. Uh-oh. Running out of time. Oh, ran out of time. Well, I did get to go to the next round, though. That's cool. Where are you guys going? Smoosh. Ah! Man, I'm trying to, like, hit him, and he breaks the block. That's all right. Fine. Whatever. Okay. Player 1, game over. Let's try again. And when you start, there's so many blocks on the screen, you can't, it's hard to move. Ouch. I knew that was going to happen. Okay. There we go. Cool. All right. Oh, missed him. Oh, got him. Nice. Was not expecting that. Come on over here. Come on. Oh, I missed both of them. Dang it. Go. All right. Cool. Go. Squish. Nice. Yeah, you get boxed in. It's really hard to move. Okay. Come on. Uh-oh, this is bad. Nice. Come on, go. There we go, cool. Come on down. There we go. Nice. Getting a little better. Nope. I'm running out of time. Ah! Got him. Cool. I don't like that. I don't like it. No! I was trying not to be there. Okay. Alright. Go. Nice. Sweet. Alright. Okay, come on. Come on up. There you go. Ah, missed them both. Dang it. Oh, got them both. Cool. And he starts going fast. Makes it hard to get him. Oh. Okay, round 4. Cool. So for whatever reason, the games that I picked today all have actually soundtracks, or almost all of them have interesting music, which is kind of cool. Was not intending to do that. It just kind of worked out that way. Yeah, I picked out some of the games, and so did the DM. So if they suck, you can blame her. But if they're awesome, you can blame me. Okay. No! Now, whether or not I suck at the game, that's a whole other thing. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad, though. Round 4. No complaints. Since I've never really, to be honest, before setting this up, I don't know if I actually played it before. I had heard about it and, you know, seen it in the arcades and stuff, but I had never played it. Okay, these guys are going to be a pain. Come on up. Come on up. Step right up. Come on. No. Ah. When it looks like he's coming up, I'm trying to get him, but nope, not happening. I don't have anything to push. All right, game over. Okay, that's probably good enough for Pengo. But yeah, good conversion. Yeah, it's fun. It's a kind of a push it type of game where you're trying to get the guys. Not so much of a puzzle, but just kind of squish guys. So let's move on. Okay, next up we have another conversion, and that is Cubert. So let's see here. Let me see if I can find it. Q. There we go. It's hard to see. Okay. So one of the problems with Cubert I've always had is the fact that in the arcade, you have a joystick that is oriented 45 degrees to the diagonal. And the problem with that is when you're trying to use a normal controller, you're supposed to use it like, you're supposed to turn it to where it's diagonal. And I guess you can kind of do it that way. At least with this, I can kind of move the controller so that it's diagonal, but it's still a little awkward. Cubert's always been that way to me. Awkward controls. So you end up going like the way you don't plan on going if you don't orient the joystick correctly. But yeah, this is actually a good conversion. The only thing it's missing, I think, is the fact that it doesn't have the doesn't have the voice kind of sound effect, because in the arcade, when he does that, it's like he's cussing or something. It actually makes it sound kind of funny. Whereas on here, they just kind of use just a sound effect. I really don't have a real strategy to Cubert. I just kind of keep going until I die. But yeah, it actually really does help if I rotate the joystick. Now, whether or not I'll play better, that's a whole other deal. One of the things I have noticed, like on my MAME cabinet, it's kind of hard to do that. It's really hard to orient your joystick that way, because it is still expecting up, down, left, right, not diagonal. And when you're playing on an arcade controller, if it's not set up for Cubert, then it's really not ideal. It's hard to kind of move a whole cabinet around at a 45-degree angle. Where are you going? Okay, and he's gonna hatch. Okay. Ah. He's after me there. Ah. Game over. Okay, Cobra Retro, thanks for joining, man. Hope I'm not too late. You are not too late. We are, we went through Pengo, but that's about it. Yeah, all home versions have the 45-degree control. At the end, it's better than using the diagonals. Yeah, absolutely. Castardo, thanks for joining as well. Yeah, you just have to orient it that way, and then you're better off. Now in the arcade, the joystick you can only go at those angles, so it actually prevents you from doing a weird control. So this is one area where having the original machine would actually be preferable than playing it with emulation. Normally, I am a very pro emulator guy, but there are some cases, especially when there's specific hardware that a machine has that makes it so that playing on the original is just better. Well, for the most part, it's fine. I'm not going to get into the whole LCD versus or LED LCD. I guess LCD versus standard tube TV debate, because that's one that's been done to death. I am not one that is a complete purist. Obviously, I do emulation, and even then, if I didn't, you wouldn't get the same effect on a stream. So, it's kind of hard to emulate a tube on a stream because you're still watching it on a LCD display. Unless you're crazy and actually are watching this somehow on a tube display and, haven't upgraded your monitor since, the 90s or whatever. Or I guess early 2000s. Man, I am not doing well at this game. Now, I thought you could kind of jump when they're jumping. I thought if you timed it right, you could actually, as long as you don't land on the same square they are, you can not get hit. But I could be misremembering that. I thought that was the way it was on the arcade, but it could be a conversion issue, but it also could be my misremembering. I thought it was you have to land on the square, on the same square that they're on in order to get killed. Definitely correct me if I'm wrong. At some point, oh yeah, CRTs. my brain was not working. I'd like to do some meme games and stuff, which would be very cool. But yeah, Atari is obviously why we're here today. I love CRTs, but don't miss them. LCDs are objectively better, except for reaction time. Sure. It's people get into the extreme with all these things, and it's kind of like CDs versus vinyl. It's like, oh, it's so much better. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, and it's I guess quantifiably better. As far as like some of the stuff that was done, but I'm not going there. I am just fine with LCDs. Now, that being said, if I'm doing any conversions or rather, if I am restoring an arcade machine, I will not replace a CRT with an LCD. That's just, I'm not going to do that. There is a line that I will not cross. I actually own a Gyrus arcade machine, and it does have a CRT in it. It actually needs work. It needs to be recapped, which I have not done yet. In any case, yeah, I would never replace that with an LCD because that's just wrong. Now, if it were a conversion or if I was going to do a hack and make it a main machine or something like that, which I would not do that with that machine, with that cabinet, then sure, LCD is fine. But if it had the original hardware, I'm keeping that hardware. So anyway, I don't miss CRTs either. I have a nice 27-inch Sony sitting to the left of me. Some emulators can emulate the fuzziness of CRTs if for some reason you miss that. No, it's not the fuzziness, it's the interlacing, I think is what the deal is. And certain art, when it was created, it had planned to be viewed on that CRT. So when you're looking at for an interlaced display, it looks different, and that's the kind of the point that they make with a CRT versus a LCD. So yes, and absolutely emulators can do that. I've played around with that, but it's one of those things that's like, doesn't, really for me, it doesn't really matter to me too much. Okay, next up, we have New York City, the Big Apple, and I'm trying to think. There we go. It's really hard to see. So this was one that was new to me. I had never. There's another music. That's a little loud. Seems distorting for some reason. Not on my end. It's in the game. Steven's brother. I was like, huh? Steven Seagal, as in, there's Russ Siegel. I'm actually thinking it's spelled differently. I'm assuming you're meaning Steven Seagal. Okay, so this is kind of weird. The controls on this are odd because it, I'm pushing right to make the car go straight, and the deal is that there's you're trying to like make a you're trying to be like a taxi driver trying to show people the sights, and you're having to go to different sites to be able to to show them around New York City. Now the deal is that, and I looked at the manual on it. You have to find where these things are, because it's randomized where it's located, which is kind of funny. It's like, how is that random in New York City? It's like, I guess to make it so that it's harder. So GT, I can't remember what it stands for. Oh, Empire State Building over there. Yeah, no, the Empire State Building is not there. If you know anything about New York City, that's not a thing. So the deal is having to find. Am I hitting these cones, I guess? Problem is that on this street, I can't really see the names of the things, so it makes it a little harder. But one of the things that's interesting to me is the control mechanism. In that, I would have thought that they would have used, oh man, I didn't even pay attention. You have been injured. So this is the thing that's kind of annoying. So it sends you to the hospital, and then you have to go get your car. So the car gets towed, and it sends it to an impound lot. Oh, that's kind of weird. It turns red when you're out in the middle of the street, like you're going to get hit if you're not careful. Your car is being towed. Okay. So there's actually, I have to walk to find my car, which I believe is like, there's an impound lot where I can get my car back. So, interesting. Red car destroys your car and sends you to the hospital. The other cars just crash with you. Interesting. Yeah, it's a new game for me. So, weird. Was I meant to go in there? So now I'm trying to go to WT, which I don't remember what that is. I had looked them up in the manual just because, it was needed to know. I almost feel like you could just drive or you could just walk around New York City. Okay. I'll go find it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was trying to head towards that way. Now, one of the things I thought was interesting is if you hit the button, it says, see the automat. And I'm not sure, that's not the site I'm trying to get to. So I was kind of curious. I was actually looking online for that. So I don't see my car in the impound lot. So not sure where my car is. It's a weird game. I feel like this game could be done much better. Even at the time, it's a little confusing. I think the whole idea of your car crashing and then you have to go find it is kind of crazy. Gas and garage. Oh, maybe that's my car. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Zooming in. All right. Where do I have to go here? Well, I don't see a car in here. Huh. But that's my car, right? The blue car, I think, is mine. Yeah, I could at least show you the way to go. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting... You have run out of money? I was holding down the button. Okay. Your game over. Your rating is Iowa tourist Iowa tourist class 3. So let's try again here. WT. So it randomizes it, so it's like every time you play, it's going to be different, which is good for replayability, but it's kind of annoying also. So I guess I'll try to drive around and try to avoid the cars, but I'm also trying to look where I'm wanting to find here. Let's see what we got over here. So UN building. I know that's one of the sites. But you know, it'd be one of those things that would be neat if it actually was accurate as far as the buildings and stuff. I mean, if they'd have done stuff like Empire State Building, you know, that'd been not a problem. You know, stuff like, oh wait, site CC now? Okay, did it change? One of those things I have to look at the manual, I guess, which is annoying. We don't do that here. Central Park, CC. I don't remember what CC is. I generally start with the bank first, and you press the button to have a complete name of the building you're looking for. So it says, see the post office. Oops, dang it. You have been injured again. Well, my car's right here. Can I get in? How do I get in my car? Don't hit my car. Don't hit me. Ah. So apparently I can't get into my car, even though it's right there. Oh, okay. So I'll follow my my tote. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? He's just going around in circles. Let's see where it takes my car. I'm running after my car. Yo, dude. Uh-oh. He's going to lose me. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Did he turn? No. Uh-oh. He lost me. Oh, there it is. Okay, so he did take it to the garage. So, but I'm not sure what I need to do in here. So, it's like it doesn't have a car in here. I don't know. I can hold down the button, and then it says I have gas. Okay. But I can't get in the car. Oh, okay. Maybe I double click. That was what I needed to do. All right. It's meal time. Okay. It doesn't tell me anything. The controls are weird. I'm having to hit, see the automat. Okay. I have to I have to go in the direction I want to go, which sounds kind of weird. That I'm having issues with that, but it seems like it should be more of a push forward to go, and then he hit me again. I'm sorry, I'm not a big fan of this game. You have run out of money again. All right, let's move on. It's okay, and it's one of those things, I guess, if you know the game really well. Kobu, you said you played this game for days. Wanted the city looking for random things to do. The mini games are a mixed bag. The game tells you what to show pressing the button. Yeah, it's definitely not obvious what you're supposed to do. says first can compress the button to have a complete name of the building you're looking for. Is the post office considered a site? Yeah, every time I am I'm doing that, it says, see the post office, no matter what symbols it says up top. And so it's like very confusing. I was kind of like, I don't know. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about it too much. The game seems like it could be kind of cool if it were like a different game. It's way more complicated than any other Atari game that I know. Yeah, that's the thing. It seems like they were trying too hard. It could have been neat though. Truly, it could have been like a Crazy Taxi kind of game or something. All right. So this is kind of interesting. You're trying to grab these gems, but once you go a direction, or once you get a gem, I'm calling them gem. They're actually amulets, or I'm not sure what that word is. And you're trying to get this scroll, and it has some stuff in there. To whomever shall find this scroll, yada yada. Okay, just color, nothing major. And you're trying to get. So one of the things that's interesting is the fact that you can't go the same. You can't go against traffic here. Once you've gone a direction, it's locked it. So then you can't just you can't do like a normal like thing like in Pac-Man where you can go whatever direction you want. The arrows make it so that you are locked into that. It's kind of an interesting concept. So you create basically one-way streets everywhere as you walk. And there's probably a good strategy with it. I have not figured that one out yet, though. So now what's interesting is like you get on one of these and you have to pressing the button didn't do anything. I had to go like left, which is odd. I'm gonna try going around the edge as a strategy here. One of the things kind of interesting is how the music or the sound effect goes only when you walk. Because if I stop, I don't want to stop because bad guy. Really? What happened? Okay. So you have to go around in circles, and if you can make it hard on yourself pretty easily here. Oh, I should have gone all the way. Oh well. Let's see. No, dang it. I should have gone left. Go away, duck. No. See, a cheat of this game is typing the word Fanda during gameplay. That will allow you to move against the arrows for a few minutes. That's interesting. You got all kinds of good information here, Kobu. No. Okay. This is a small map. Wait a minute. Am I redoing the same level? Oh, weird. So I have to like. Okay, so it's actually it's non-linear. That's interesting. So you have to go to different levels. Oh, so this is. I don't know if this is. So maybe it's walk. I'm guessing it's a. It's not a cheat. It's actually in the game. Because it says type the word walk and you will find that the arrows no longer inhibit the direction you want to travel. So that actually sounds kind of similar to what you're talking about, Kobu. In that it has actually I think, I had played this game, I think, before. I mean, I had it, but it was one that I think let's try. Oh, weird. Spell lasts 16, so it actually has a timer on it. That's interesting. Ah! Okay, so it wore off. That's an interesting concept. I don't think I've ever seen one where it has you type in a spell name in order to do something like that. Well, where do I want to go? I guess I'll go right. Okay, this looks different. It'd be nice to know which ones I've done so I can, not go to the same place. So these are gems, apparently, since it says 4 more gems. Oh, okay. No. Going around in circles. Round and round and round and round. Oh, that's a file cabinet coming after me. Odd. No. Don't want you here. No. Oh, well. Okay, game over. Ghost Chaser allows you to skip to the middle of the game. Interesting. So, yeah, it's a Fanda game. And Frank Cohen, who made a lot of games, actually. He made, I know it was I think Bristles and a bunch of other First Star games that we had talked about, I think, in the past. Cohen's Towers was another one that I really want to play on a stream. It's a fun game. Definitely an interesting concept. It's different. The deal is that you're trying to go to specific levels and trying to grab the scrolls, which it'd be cool if there was a way to kind of say, I need to go this direction, I need to go that direction, or whatever. But it doesn't really have that. Okay, next up, we have a Synapse title, Slime. Another one that has cool music. Another Steve Hales game. So he also did Fort Apocalypse. I'm not sure. I don't think he did all of these games. It's just all from Synapse. Don't really see that usually. Also from Synapse. You usually don't see that kind of advertising for other games. Prepare yourself, Carbon Unit 1. So the idea here is that we're trying to get slime into our little receptacles on the left and right. And we have these little reflector things. I think I can shoot that. Oops. If you time it right, you can actually shoot it. The problem is if you don't get it in there, it'll actually raise the slime level of everything, which becomes problematic. So you're trying to get it into the left and right, but it doesn't always work way you want it to. It can be a little tricky also directing, with the joystick on where you want it to be exactly. Almost, it seems like it'd be a good use for a mouse. I don't even bother trying to hit that dude. He's going fast. Well, maybe I'll try hitting that guy. Nope. That's gonna hurt. Trying to hit that guy is so hard. I mean, I'm not the greatest at the game, but uh-oh. Oh, it hit my my submarine thing at the bottom. Left and right, left and right. I was like, trying to get it. Don't hurt my stuff. Pain. Entering new slime storm. A slime storm. That just sounds like a bad day. I mean, slime falling from the sky just... I don't know. I don't know about you, but I don't even like rain that much. Slime, I think that would be something I would be not interested in. I missed one. Uh-oh, it hit my guy. Prepare yourself, carbon unit 1. A carbon unit. Kind of reminds me of in what was it? Fifth Element. Yeah, talking about it being are you humanoid or something. It's like no, negative. I am a meat popsicle. Okay, or something like that. So now it's really hard to get these guys. So I want to hit them so they don't kill my submarine thing. Because I believe that's the thing that's shooting these things. So it's problematic if it gets hurt. Okay, well, better than nothing. At a certain point, I won't have the ability to have any of these things. I just got to end up shooting them all. So it turns almost into like a Space Invaders kind of. No. I guess I don't know what you would call it. I guess. Falling straight down. I guess is kind of almost like a missile command or something. Yeah, I can shoot them like this. Yeah, it's better than nothing here. I have no more wedges. Destroyed my own thing. Annoying. Oh, really? Oh, that's annoying. Huh. Okay. Carbon units gave it their best. This should be interesting. I believe this is the only Synapse game I have never played. Yeah, it was a little bit more of a not so well-known one. Looks like a game you should just spam the button and just try to fix any problem that arises. The problem is you only have a certain amount of wedges, and they take a while to fire. It's no Fort Apocalypse. I tend to agree. Especially since Fort Apocalypse is one of my favorites, so... I think the controls are kind of one of the major things for me. It's really hard for me to hit the exact spot that I want. I don't like the fact that it wipes away my my cool building or my cool wedge thing that I've built. It's kind of annoying because it's like it goes to a new level and it's like you have to rebuild it. So it gets to a point where I'm like, what's the point? No. I wonder if I can trap them. I wonder if you put two like valleys like this or something, if it'll stop them. That'd be interesting. I'm gonna try that just for fun. I don't know. Wonder what happens. It does trap them. That's interesting. Okay. They will break through, though, apparently. Oh, interesting. If you keep firing, it will destroy the last one you built, or like the first one you built. That's not cool. So yeah, if you spam it, then it'll just take out what you've already built. That's not good. Entering new slime storm. It stops it. Oh, that's problematic. It plugs up the hole where the slime is supposed to go. That's annoying. Freaking, it's funny, and they add stuff in games to make it just more complicated, like the lightning, and it's just like, really? I'm already having a hard time dealing with the slime and everything else coming in. You're going to add yet one more thing to make it annoying. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, we have Spelunker. That is one that probably most of you have heard of. It's one that was pretty popular in that it was on, I think, every platform. I always love it when certain games did this quiet beep as opposed to the loud beep that it normally does. So it's a lot of the Datasoft games, a lot of the, for some reason, whatever reason, I always associate that quiet beeping with a quality game. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts, especially the extreme 8-bit people. That soft beep, it's just like only the best games, in my opinion, had that. So it was like when I'd fire up a game that I hadn't played before, when I heard that, I was like, ooh, okay, we're in for something good here. And it's a Broderbund game, which we've talked about Broderbund being one of those higher quality game publishers. Again, it has some original music, nice music. Hello, C Falcon 030. Thanks for joining. Okay. Now entering the elevator. So you're trying to go around and you're trying to collect stuff, and there's also bombs that you can collect. And so you're trying to get through the level, and what the? That was weird. Maybe I'm. I think it was in demo mode. I was playing like the 2-player or the little brother thing where you think you're playing but you're not actually playing. Okay, let's see if I'm playing this time. I was like, that doesn't seem right. Okay, I am playing this now. I was feeling like, wait a minute, why is this not? It's not working exactly the way it's supposed to. And so I was like, what's going on here? So this has a interesting thing when you hit the, you have a dead end here, so you have to go back. One of the things that's kind of interesting is the little, I don't know, the obstacle, whatever. And when you hit it, it put you back, which is another thing we've seen in some other games where it's kind of an odd thing. This one's kind of funny. It's just you're walking along and it's just like stopping you, which is an interesting obstacle. I don't think I've ever seen that in another game before. Oop, that's bad. What's kind of weird is I die before I hit anything. It should have made me die when I hit, but it doesn't. Uh-oh. Yeah, it doesn't quite. You have to be very exact with the jumping. So we have the bird over there, which is annoying. Ouch! I give you a lot of lives because you need them, or at least I need them. Okay. So push scrolling. Yeah. It's funny. We have a lot of conversations about push scrolling and stuff on this as opposed to smooth scrolling. You know, the deal is that this was on like every 8-bit platform. So it's quite possible that they just were the way they ported it, they didn't, know that you could do smooth scrolling. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, Ghost. He is annoying, and I don't know how to deal with him. I'm trying to think of how to even do a bomb. Oops, that's not good. Dying. Yeah, that's one way to deal with it. I'm trying to remember how to fire the bomb. Because I've got one, the dynamite. Trying double click, up, down and button, space bar. Oh no, space bar didn't. Oh, that's kind of weird. So spacebar does do that. I don't know what that is. The ghost. So I don't have spacebar mapped to another button on this, so I just have no idea how to deal with that ghost. If you do, definitely let me know. Oops, that's not going to do it. Did he finally give up? Maybe. He's coming back. Great. Oh no. No. Well, I can try hitting the spacebar. I don't know what it's going to do. Oh. Okay. It did something. Definitely don't know what it was trying to do. Almost looks like he's got a fan or something, but it was doing something against the ghost. I don't know. Bit of a gap there. Mind the gap. I don't know if that's... Yeah, I thought that was going to be bad. I don't think I can get around that. Can I? it hurting me? I think kind of hurting me, or is that time? Well, I'm going to go down. Ah! Not that far down. Probably a button that I'm supposed to be hitting for the bombs. Try hitting B or something here when I need it. What should I take? Well, that's kind of cool. Oh, crap. Well, that's annoying. It's really hard to tell because it scrolls right into it. Oh boy. So I don't know what that's doing. Okay. Let's see. Talking about the push scrolling, but it's well done here. It reminds me of Enchanted Land. I'm not sure if I played that. It's the only ST game where push scrolling isn't as annoying. The gravity is, I'm very unforgiving in this game. I remember not liking it because of it, but now that I'm older, I started to like it. You know, to be honest, I want to say I played it at one point, but I don't know if I had it actually back in the day. But I definitely remember the game. I just, didn't really play it much. So, okay. Speaking of games that I have played, Flak. This was one that is, it's kind of near and dear to my heart. I used to play this a lot. And it's a very unforgiving game. But, I messed up the music, sorry. Very, very good music, though. I'll let it keep playing. All right, cool. So this game is kind of a Xevious type game. You're trying to shoot stuff mostly on the ground. I think it's all on the ground, but it can be a bit crazy with stuff shooting at you. And I always love the concept of the game. The things that you're shooting, it's very kind of abstract. It's all geometric shapes and stuff, which is interesting to me. Yeah, some of those, if you don't get them fast enough, you can't get them. So, ouch. But this was one that I had, and it was definitely a favorite of mine. Not doing as well today, but whatever. I will say it is hard. It is a very challenging game. Ouch. So hear the beginning of the music. Surprised at how few vertical and horizontal shoot 'em ups were actually made with Atari 8. Here's the deal: it is hard, as I've said, but it's one of those things that once you destroy these things, they can't shoot at you anymore. So you kind of have to get good. I remember at one point, I actually got pretty good at this game, and I got to a point where I was at what it was. The thing I loved about it was that the background, it keeps going. The level, it doesn't repeat as far as I know, or at least it will eventually, I guess, but I haven't ever gotten to that point. The background, it turns into like almost like you're inside a computer or something. And I just remember getting to that point and I was like, oh my God, this is so cool looking. I really, really enjoyed the background, and I got to a point where I was actually pretty decent at it. It's kind of cool when they see like text in there. Cool. Made it past the first section. Oh yeah, that's right. These guys are hidden. You don't know what you're shooting at. Oh, got a free life. Cool. Oh boy. It's getting a little nuts. Okay. The boss, or the concepts of the things you're trying to shoot are very interesting to me. Almost to the section I was talking about. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Ouch. I got better. Cool. Got a high score. Yay. I remember this one and Xevious. I know there are other scrolling vertical shooters, but they seem to be European only. Trying to think of other vertical shooters. Well, we had one, Screaming Wings, I think, I checked out one of the previous times. But I'm trying to think of others. I can't, to be honest, at least that I had. And that might have been why, I was like, this is one of the ones I had, and this was like, I played it a lot. It's not my favorite genre, but I do enjoy it. Especially like it when, you get into the higher end ones that have, or higher end, the more modern ones that actually have power-ups and stuff. We didn't have power-ups back in these days. Ah. Oh. Definitely not going to get high score this time. Ah. Whoa. Ouch. Flak looks nice, but you also see the limitations of player missile graphics. I'm actually kind of curious. What in what way do you see the limitations? I'm still learning about player missile graphics and all that. I know the concepts, but as far as how they actually are implementing this, I'm not sure because I mean, there's playfield stuff, but there, as far as with the player missile stuff, it's usually for the things that move, right? If it's on the screen, it's just on the playfield or whatever, that you don't have to use player missile graphics for that, right? It's if you're moving something that you want to be using that, and you want to have it be transparent background, stuff like that, and moving around. The ship sprite versus the background. Okay, I'm kind of curious in what way. So the ship, I see it's got two colors. One is cycling on the color. I guess I'm curious on the showing the limitations of it, how it would be doing something different. The ship seems to be inserted. Really hard to read and play at the same time. She seems to be inserted. So in other words, you're saying it just doesn't look like it's part of the scene. Never really noticed that. To me, I mean, it's transparent, so it doesn't stand out to me. Maybe it's just that I'm used to it. Doesn't blend in with the rest of the graphics. Oh, okay. I kind of see what you mean. I never really paid attention to that. Ouch. That one got me. All right. Let's move on. So here, the next one is one that I never played. It was a popular game. See, most of the 8 games have that, since player missile are monochromatic. Correct. Yeah, but you can use multiples of them at the same time, right? So you can use you could use up to 4 of the players and the balls, because you'd have 4 different colors to play with, right? If you had multiple players, then that'd be problematic. But a single player, you could use up to 4 colors, right? So, but on that would have used 2 colors as far as I know, or maybe 3, I guess, black, white, and the blue color that was, or whatever, I guess it was cycling. So here we got another Broderbund title. So the thing is interesting about this game, and when I was trying to set it up, I was like, how do you play this? And it uses the paddles. Let's see, or you in need to use SW sprites, software sprites, yes. That's one area where I have not played with that. One of the things I have done, and I'm definitely I have it on my list to actually work on actually doing 8-bit development. And I don't know if it sounds like you have done some of that, C Falcon 030, and we can definitely talk offline about some of that stuff. I would actually be very interested, because there's certain areas that I'm trying to wrap my head around. I'm still working on DLI stuff, and getting it all figured out. Okay, so the interesting thing, Studio Yinks, thanks for joining. I have not seen that name before, so thanks for being here. Appreciate it. So David's Midnight Magic. So as far as I know, funny enough, if you look for screenshots for this game, So you've only done ST programming. Okay. I'm definitely looking for a mentor for Atari 8-bit programming. So if you're that person, definitely reach out because I'm going through books. I started, I went through the Roots book for the most part, and also I'm looking at the is it Advanced Arcade and something graphics or something that actually looked pretty good. But if you have some knowledge you want to drop me, I have all my socials listed here, so everyone knows how to get a hold of me. So anyway, so as I was saying, if you look up the screenshots for this game, you will see that they are all in black and white. And from what I understand, I believe that with this game, they're actually using the NTSC or the GTIA artifacting, I believe, in order to get some of the color variations that they've got here. I could be wrong here, but I believe that's the case. One of the other things that's interesting about this game is the fact that it uses paddles for controllers. So in order to do, because, with a game like a pinball game, obviously you need at least 2 buttons and you can't really do anything without it. So it uses the paddles, and the paddles are interesting in that you had a pair of paddles, and it could have actually been very interesting had a lot of more games use the paddles. But the thing is, you had 2 buttons on it, and you also had two controllers, so you actually could do 2 analogs with a paddle controller. They could have actually done amazing if they'd have wanted to. If Atari would have been smarter about this, they could have easily done a 2-axis joystick with 2 buttons and actually used the paddle controller and done it so that you can so that you could actually have an analog controller, 2 axes and 2 buttons for it. So with this game, and so the cool thing is with emulation, I actually can do that because I can map it. But the deal is that the emulator I use, I haven't set it up to do this, but I have to tell it that I have a paddle controller set up. So I actually set up a thing for David's Midnight Magic so that I could play with paddles. So I actually have it set up so that the left trigger or bumper, I guess, is the left button, and the one button, and then the right bumper is the other button, and so I can actually play it. So I'll see if we can do this here. So this is actually not bad as far as controls go. I would say as far as pinball goes, it's pretty minimal. Man, that is a extreme drain there. That really needs something in the middle to be able to hit in the middle of that playfield. But regardless, the controls are actually not bad. Once you set it up into paddle mode. We've talked about pinball in the past on the streams, and you guys probably know I'm a pretty big pinball fan. I actually own a pinball machine. It doesn't get played nearly as much as it should. But it's one of those things that I've always been very interested in pinball. I'm not that great at it, to be honest. It's one of those things it's still a work in progress, but it is something that I've always been interested in. As a kid, if I saw a pinball machine, I always wanted to play it, but the problem is it was always more expensive than a game, or an arcade game. So it, usually did not play. And when you're no good at pinball, your 50 cents, back then it was 50, didn't go very far. So you just end up, draining, and it gets pretty disheartening. So as an adult, I don't know how many years ago, several years ago, a buddy of mine and I started getting into pinball, and he was kind of the same way as far as, never really got a chance to really play pinball too much. And I actually take that back. I actually had at one point, I had a pinball machine at a company I worked at, and during the lunch hour, me and a buddy, and it was on free play, me and a buddy would play that. And so I got to a point where I actually really dug it. But I wasn't really into going to pinball places or owning a machine or anything like that. And then at one point, several years ago, I decided I wanted to buy a pinball machine. So I did. And from then, it's kind of one of those things. Man, that's bad. Pinball is one of those things, kind of like tattoos. Once you own one, you kind of want to own more and more. And a buddy of mine ended up owning 3 of them. And it's one of those things that I ended up owning 2 at once. But currently I only have 1. But I definitely enjoy it. And I actually enjoyed video pinball as well. Things like Pinball Arcade and all those are cool. Or the ones, I can't remember which ones they are, but there's a few different ones that are actually simulating a real machine. Those are always cool too. But so this is actually, it plays, the physics is actually is really good. I think my biggest problem with the table is the table itself, or the game is the design of the table. Yes, it's an older pinball machine, so it's got, it doesn't have nearly the niceties that a newer machine have. But it's one of those things that it's for what it is. It's actually pretty cool. If it just had something in the middle there, like some bumpers or something to hit, I think it would be much better. Now, there's another game that I haven't played yet. Is another popular pinball game on the 8-bits is the pinball construction set, and that would be, now the cool thing about that is because the fact that you could actually make your own pinball machine in it. So that's the idea of being able to design your own pinball machine is pretty cool. And as far as I know, that was one of the first, not one of the first, I guess, but it's a very early game that actually allowed you to create your own levels and stuff, which was not very common. I know that, we had Boulder Dash construction set. I think Lode Runner had one where you had a level editor. Mr. Robot and his Robot Factory did. Definitely let me know if you can think of any others, but there weren't a whole lot. And so the idea of being able to make your own is actually really cool. Okay, let's get back to the chat. Sorry for the tangent on pinball there, but whatever. Johan Tiblin. Oh, that's another one I haven't seen. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. You can change your player colors and position during each frame. Interesting. You can change the player color and position each frame. Well, I know you could change position, but I didn't realize you could change color. So if you could change it per frame, you could sorry, I'm going off here. You could theoretically, if you changed it every, 15 frames, you could theoretically do multiple colors with, I definitely want to go, Johan, if you are a Atari 8-bit programmer, definitely reach out on any of my socials. I would appreciate talking with you. It's one of those things that I have a project that I really want to work on for Atari 8-bit, and I wouldn't say I'm struggling. There's just a lot of stuff that I'm a little overwhelmed, so I'm still learning. Okay. I think Henry's House does that. That's the combining colors. Okay. I like pinball. I am terrible on real machines, but I rock on Obsession. What's funny is real machines. I do much better on a real machine than I do on a video machine. I don't know why. Part of it, I guess, might have to do with being able to nudge and stuff. I nudge the machine, which you can do in a lot of video pinball, but it's not nearly as analog. It's not, it's not as you guys know, video pinball is one of those things that you can never really perfectly simulate the real thing. So that's one of those things that there's always going to be a desire for real pinball machines. It's just the way it is. So O'Reilly's Mine. So this is one that was not very popular as far as I know. I owned it. I actually had, I believe I got it as a gift from my cousin that I have talked about in the past. The cousin that got me into Atari. Steve, if you're watching, hi. And I remember he got this for me, and I really, really enjoyed it. Another game with good music. So when I set this up, I gotta switch my control scheme back. When I set this up, I had not played it since I was a kid, and I was really like excited. I'm like, oh my god, I haven't played this in so long, and it took me a minute to remember how to play, and I was like, once I remembered, I was like, oh wow, yeah, I totally remember playing this game. It was a lot of fun. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. Okay, got it. Cool. So the idea is you're trying to go around and get mine all these gems and precious metals out of the ground, and you're trying to do it so that you don't get hit by the water. I think that might hurt me. I don't remember. So you have to time it just right. And as far as you don't want to go, you want to go from the bottom first so that the water won't raise. So there we go. Cool. Oh, I screwed up. Oh well. I don't think it'll hurt me. Only when the water level gets up that high. Try to keep the water level as low as possible. We got bad. Oh, that was bad. I believe you can do that, and it doesn't raise the water level to that level until later on. Okay. That, however, will raise the water level, but oh well. Okay, that's it. Yeah, it's a very simple concept, but I used to play this game a lot, and I just had a lot of fun with it. The levels are all randomized as far as where the items are and what you're going to get. And I remember it was kind of cool when you got higher end items that were different. It was like I don't know, treasure hunt kind of thing. Neat. It's also a Datasoft game, which we've talked about in the past, is definitely one of the publishers that I associate with putting out quality games. They did the quadrilogy of. So this guy's gonna be a pain. I do have a bomb that I can use, or dynamite, I guess. Oh, he's going too fast. He put on the gas there, which is annoying. I don't know what I was going to say. Oh yeah, Datasoft. They put out the licensed game quadrilogy. Bruce Lee, The Goonies, Zorro, and Conan. I still need to actually play a couple of those on the streams. I do know I've done The Goonies, I've done Bruce Lee, and I guess I can just grab these. Probably is going to be a mistake, but oh well. Oh man. But Conan is one I know I haven't played on the stream. That was one, as far as I know, did not have a one disc equivalent. Some of them they came out on 2 discs, but when they were cracked, they were made into 1 disc, and so setting up the emulator when you're dealing with multiple discs is a pain. And so that was one. Conan is a 2 disc game, and so I haven't really played around with that too much. I need to, but just haven't yet. Okay, so this might not be good. I don't know. There we go. Cool. Level 5. Uh-oh. Okay. Phew. Oh boy, that's a high water level. Okay, there we go. If I remember it, what I used to do was I just went across left and right and left and... Oh, that was my bad. What's interesting is if you die, you have to start all over because, I guess it's like, what are you going to do? You can't really put yourself back in that spot. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything lower over here. These guys are... Okay. I was going to say these bad guys were kind of bothering me here. Okay. It's probably going to not be wise there, but oh well. Let's see. Okay. This one's really high. That's going to probably be problematic, but okay, we're good. Cool. Level 6. I've got a bunch of dynamite. I guess I should just use it. Some high water there. Okay, these guys are hauling ass, so... Oh, really? Oh, it just came up right at that. Game over, minor 1. Okay. Oh, I didn't get the high score. Okay, that's... Okay, I am sorry, but that is wrong. The whoever did that, the programmer or whoever did the high score table, that's just... Okay, tell me what you guys think, but the top score is, what is that, 10 million or 100 million or whatever that is? Yeah, 100 million. That is just wrong. That you can never get top score on that game unless, I guess, you're that good and you can actually get there. That's just bad. I have a problem with that. The fact that they set it to this super unattainable level. I don't know if it was like the cracker that did that or the actual developer, but that's just bad. Okay. Last one here. So we have Koronis Rift. Let's see. Look at the chat real quick. I played this game in a VHS. A local company compiled. They used a custom cartridge to connect it to the A8. You're going to have to elaborate there. I played this game in a VHS. I don't know what that is. So when I think of VHS, I think of a tape player or a video cassette. So definitely let me know there. Ed, have you thought of doing themed streams? Yeah, I've thought about doing it. I've actually one of the things that from a channel point of view, I've wanted to do some uh, top X videos. That's one of those things that a lot of people say, well, if you want a lot of views, you're going to make a top whatever, X games or whatever, because, they're very clickable. And so one of the things I've thought about, not necessarily a stream, but one of the things I've talked about for videos would be like to go through, and this is maybe where you're talking about, um, the sorry, lost my train of thought. Um, to go through all of, say, the Electronic Arts games for the Atari 8-bit, or the Epix games, or it's like we're gonna play all the games. That'd be kind of cool. Kind of missed the boat on the whole. I could have done a summer games themed thing. Back a couple months ago, or month ago, or whatever, when the Olympics was. That would have been maybe better, but so I have thought about doing something like that. Now, it wouldn't necessarily be top X, because that would involve me ranking things, and I have toyed with that idea of kind of going, these are the top, these are my favorite games, or these are the best quote unquote games for this, whatever the thing is. And so, which I can do. I have some opinions on these things, but, I have thought about doing like hey, let's do all the Synapse games or all the Datasoft games, or, stuff like that, which would be kind of cool. If you guys are interested in that, definitely let me know. And I can do that. I do kind of have it on my list to say, hey, how can I make some more content that is a little bit more evergreen, so to speak, so that we get more people watching. But that would probably not be a stream. Now, as far as a stream goes, I definitely could. I could definitely go through and pick these for streams. And if that's something you're interested in, let me know. Okay. In Altera, now you can swap discs with dragging them to the game screen. Yeah, see, the deal is for me, and I'm pretty sure you can do it in Altera, I need to be able to change a disc with the controller. I do not like. I have this thing about emulators. I don't want to interface with any menus. I don't want to have interface with any, especially I don't want to have to pick up a mouse. I never want to have to do any of that. All of that should be by controller. Now, some of that spawns from the fact that I am very interested in, putting a lot of this stuff in cabinets, like a main cabinet or whatever. So it's kind of like I want to be able to have kiosk mode. I want to be able to say, I want it to be something where, I know this sounds weird, but I want it to be something where someone that if I wasn't around, they could play any of these games and not have any problems. And it's like, okay, so all you have to do when it says change the disc is hit, button Y or whatever, and it would do it. And yes, there's probably a way to do it in Altera. I just haven't set it up yet. So that's kind of a big thing for me. Another one is the front end stuff. As we've talked about in the past, I like seeing stuff like this. I never want to have to go up to file, insert disk, do all this stuff, because that's just, it breaks the, for lack of a better word, immersion for, in that I want it to be something as clean as it can be. And I definitely don't want to see anything, mouse pointers. I don't want to see this kind of stuff. It breaks it for me. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. See Falcon 30. That is also cruel. That's how much score you can get. Yep. The high score thing. That's just annoying. The home soft files come with the original scores. That's the Crackers modification. Okay. Yeah. I had a feeling that might've been, that's just mean. So they use the VHS like a cassette tape. So it is a VHS. So reading that again, because I was thinking it was something else. I played this game in a VHS, a local company compiled. They use a custom cartridge to. So that sounds like maybe it was something like how they used Starpath, or like being able to load. That's interesting. So loading a data from a video or audio. I'm guessing they used just the audio track, or did they use? I'm really kind of curious on what they did for that. But yeah, theoretically, if you could, sequence, do what do they call it, translation, or basically making it so that you can, read from the screen. You could totally use that as a huge amount of data if you needed to. It might be a slow transfer rate just because you have a certain amount of frames per second that you can send, but that'd be interesting. Cool. So that's an odd thing. I have never heard of VHS being used as a media for a computer. That's a new one. Okay. Board game, movie games, etc. What are we're talking about? Okay, not sure what that is there. It breaks suspension of disbelief regarding emulators. Yeah, it's disbelief isn't the appropriate word, but yeah, exactly. I want it to be just, it should be this, I don't know what the right word is, but smooth, clean, just an awesome experience. Here we go. It's a good UX if you don't have all that stuff. So in my world, I deal with UI and UX stuff, user interface and user experience. And for me, having a good user experience for this stuff is extremely important. We've talked about this in the past, in that the covers, the cover of the game is extremely important to me. So that's why things like, if you look through here and it has all the covers, and I try to make them as good as possible. So there's some things where I can't get a, we don't see it as much in the Atari 8-bit stuff, but in the, you guys have seen it on the ST streams. Sometimes I have an Amiga, box art, and that I will say, and I don't know if you Atari guys look at that and cringe. I look at it and I just, it kills me, because I want the original box art. I want the box art that is the best I can get for that. So here's a good example. Oh no, this one is a double. Okay, so it's the one that has Atari and Commodore. Fine. And I think all these are Atari based, but some of them, they were not the ideal box art or whatever, or sometimes I have to make the box art. But yeah, I try to go for a good user experience with this stuff, and as much as I can. Unfortunately, a lot of the boxes, getting good scans of them is difficult, and it's one of those things that I try to compile all of this stuff, and even the stuff that you see on the screen with the names of the games and stuff. That's something that the DM does for me every week, which I very much appreciate it. And to make it so it looks cool. I'm going for the marquees, like in the main world in arcade stuff. You deal with the marquee, which is the screen, not screen, but the logo of the game on top of the arcade machine. And while that's not the exact concept with this stuff, it definitely feels better when you do that. Yes, I could just put text on there and it'd be boring. This is much cooler. So kind of in related to that. And I know I'm going off on a whole bunch of tangents here, but whatever. Okay. Let's see. They used the video track. The screen would get filled with black and white rectangles. Okay. That'd be an interesting encoding. That was the word I was looking for. That would be an interesting way to encode. I mean, I would almost say that you could do, I guess you could do a better bit rate with that. I was thinking, just off the top of my head, I was thinking flashing black and white and being able to do a binary with that. The problem I see with that is, if you actually watched it, I think everybody would have an epileptic fit. So, let's see. Interesting VHS Hawk. Wait. HAVK. Okay, not sure. Hack? Oh, hack probably. I know, so do I, but I want to feel like I'm using my Atari again. Yep. Um, yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. I go for, like, if I had this on a shelf, if I had, and speaking of which, I do have I need to take a picture of my, I need to post a shelfie soon of my Atari software that I've put up on my shelf. I don't know if you guys saw, but I did post my latest Atari haul. I did the hardware portion. I did edit the software portion, and it's going to be coming out soon. It's actually a half hour long. I pulled a lot of stuff out of there, so there's a lot of cool stuff that you guys are going to be seeing soon. Let's see. However, to do that, it will have to be discs with handwritten game names. There's something about that. At one point I used I used to use an emulator or front end called 3D Arcade, and it's one of those things. I was in that scene, that community for a 3D Arcade for quite a number of years. And one of the things that somebody had created as a way to flip through games on disc, and it was really cool. It had like a 3D animated discs that would be able to scroll through. And the cool thing is if you had the original game art or the disc art, it would show that. But if you did not, it would show like a handwritten label. And another one that does that is on the Mac, Boxer, for DOSBox. It does like a handwritten kind of label on there. And it's one of those things that's just so cool. It's such a minor thing, and there's so many people that would not understand how cool that is, but I totally get it. Okay, last game, Koronis Rift. So I had this game, and I played it, and I don't think I knew what I was doing, to be honest, because I love that intro. When Lucasfilm did this, that whole, the sound effects, the art, the little ting at the end after it did that, that intro right there is one of my favorites in all of Atari 8-bit dumb. That Lucasfilm thing, they did it on, I know of 4 games that did it: Ball Blazer, Rescue on Fractalus, Coronis Rift, and the Eidolon. And it's just awesome. I know I'm not alone here and probably thinking that, but so anyway, Coronis Rift, I had it. I thought it was one of the ones that actually required 64K. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like one of those things I didn't have to mess with the emulator settings. So I thought the Eidolon and Cronus Rift were ones that required the 64K. But it may be not. And actually, yeah, I could be misremembering. So when I was playing this, I set this up and I'm like going, okay, well, what am I doing? Because it was one of those things I'm like, this is a little interesting. So you're, from what I understand, you're basically in a tank. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to go around and loot these hulks, which are basically machines that are on the ground. And we send our little repo tech robot to go grab the stuff from the ship. And it grabs, we can add a module to our thing. And then now we actually have a saucer coming up here that we have to shoot. And it also has a little thing on here showing where we need to go, the little dot. So, and we can't loot unless we kill the saucer. Now, one of the things that's cool, that uses a similar thing to, I believe, to Rescue on Fractalus with the, the 3D landscape, which for the time was pretty amazing, actually. So we have another Hulk, but I can't loot it yet because the Guardian saucers are approaching. So I want to stay around it and then shoot that. One of the things that kind of sucks is I can't go up. I can't, This is as far up as I go. The gun or whatever. I'm picturing that I'm a tank. That it won't go too far up. Okay, got it. All right, so now we can go back to the Hulk to loot it. And hopefully we will be able to loot it without another saucer coming. Ah. Okay. Guardian saucers approaching. Going around in circles. Oh, there it is. Okay. I think the problem is I was too close to it. And I can't go backwards, which is kind of bad. But, so I don't think I can loot. Nope. One of the things that you can do, which is interesting, is you can enable modules, which I have not messed with. Come on. There we go. Cool. Can I loot it? It's destroyed. Cool. Come on. Loot Hulk. Cool. Did it do it? Guardian saucers approaching. Dang it. Didn't want to get by. I don't want to go too far away because then by the time I get back, the saucers will be there again. So I believe I'm trying to get. There we go. Oh no! Don't fly too far away. I believe I am trying to get all of the modules from the planet, from the Rift. Robotech robot acknowledges request. Okay. Cool. And I believe I can now... I need to add the module, I believe. Okay. So I'm not sure what they all do as far as the modules. I know that it probably helps you. Saucers. Bad. And in the manual, it actually has, like... It looks like that there's a different type of module. There's like 6 different types of modules, and then... Also, there's like several different, I guess like technologies where they're from and stuff, which is kind of like, I think it's the left symbol is the type, and then the right symbol is where it's from. I think that's kind of the idea. Definitely let me know if you know more than I do. That looks like a duck. Okay, let's see if we can find the saucers here, the Guardian saucers. Okay, come on. Ah, he destroyed me. Ending Rift 1. Score 0. 0? Really? I got 2 modules, though. Huh. That's annoying. Ending. So it just sits there. Starting. Okay. So eventually it'll allow me to start. Let's try one more time. Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, so we can stay here. We can go the same rift. We can go the next rift, or we can skip one. Let's just go the next rift. Why not? I believe you're trying to get to like the last rift, but I briefly looked in the manual to try to figure out what I'm doing, because this is a little bit more complicated than a normal game, normal Atari 8-bit game. Unfortunately, I didn't have the... really? Right when I go to loot, that's when the Guardian saucers approach. I guess that's part of the game, though. I didn't have the benefit of having the manual when I was a kid, so it's a little bit... It's kind of funny when I play a game and then realize that I was playing it wrong, or there was a button you're supposed to hit at a certain time. I remember that one looks like a frog. I wonder if they're supposed to be look like animals. One of the things that I remember playing, actually I don't know if I played it on the stream. I know I had played it at one point, but Ghostbusters, and I remember I played it and I did pretty well on it, except the fact that when the oh no, I did. Oh man, I destroyed the Hulk. That's not what I wanted to do. I remember when in Ghostbusters, you're trying to, or not trying to, but when the Marshmallow Man comes, you want to use the B key to put the bait down or whatever for it. I think something like that. And I could be mixing up what you're supposed to be doing, but I do know that there was a thing where you hit the B key. And I was talking to a friend of mine several years ago. He had played it on the Commodore. So that looks like a wasp or something. So yeah, I think they're trying to go for animals or something. Anyway, so I was talking to a friend of mine about Ghostbusters, and Alex, if you're listening, hi. And he said, "Oh yeah, so when that happens, you just hit the B key." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I had no idea. Don't go so far. That there was so you had to hit something on the keyboard, and if you didn't have if you didn't use the button or something, how do you don't just randomly hit keys? You have no idea what's going on, and so I can turn this on. I don't know what that does, but apparently it gets shot at by saucers. Whoa, hello, what are you doing there? Anyway, but so it's just funny when you actually have the ability to get manuals now. At least if you had the original, then you could look at the paper manual, or look at a PDF online. We didn't have that ability back then, obviously. Okay, that guy's over there. Okay, I destroyed him, but I'm nowhere near a Hulk. So it's just always interesting to me when I actually read a manual from a game that I had played. It's like, I know how to play this game, and then actually look at it, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I could have done that. See Falcon 030. Thanks for joining, man. I will see you hopefully next week. We're about wrapped up anyway after this game. I'd like to try to get all the modules I'm supposed to get. Whether I'll do it or not remains to be seen. So this is kind of weird. So it's like I don't know if I get like kind of stuck on this mountain. It does seem to get slower. I don't know if I can go over it or not. I really wish I could see, like, go up more so I can see where I'm going here. I think it's quite possible that I'm like stuck on the mountain. Let's try going over to the other saucer. It might be because I did mess with that module. Ah, okay. Well, I got destroyed anyway. All right. Definitely not great at this game. In any case, I think that's about it for today. I appreciate you guys joining me, and especially the new people. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you being here. I post new videos, all the time, but I also do a live stream every Sunday at this time, and I usually alternate between Atari ST and Atari 8-bit. I am looking at the future to incorporate other probably Atari platforms, Atari Jaguar, Atari Lynx, and stuff like that. I actually own a Jaguar, so I actually could do a stream with that. And I actually just got another cam link so that I could actually do that. So that should be kind of cool. Any case, definitely if you're new, but hit subscribe if you want to see more of this. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the content. In any case, I will see you in the next adventure. Take care.